3 jobs. Actually, having 4 of us grew up in the household, 2 to 3 jobs. She'll come home, put the food. What was she do? Put the food like what? She'll cook on the weekends, put it in the freezer, and we had to go in there. I'm gonna grab the macaroni and cheese. Put it in the microwave and warm it up. But some of the things that we picked up from it was the fact that when it came to establishing a work ethic, I think it's unquestionable how me and all of my siblings are when it comes to working hard, being diligent, being confident, being respectful, being tactful, using emotional intelligence, and actually just really, really, really understanding the people that you're working with overall. I think that's a common trait that all of us picked up from my mother. If you want another thing about my mother that stood out, for the life of her, she don't know how to say no. Look at that. Mother. Exactly, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. So, even up leading to this point, she's like, ooh, 20, ooh, I'm retired. And so I'm on the phone with her. Y'all like, yeah, mother. And I'm like, yeah, I say, she say, shit, what? You don't believe me? I say, nah, I believe it. Give me 2 to 3 consecutive days in a row. Then I'm going to believe it. Now, guess where she went that night? Okay. There you go. So, that's my whole point. But that right there in itself is a true reflection of who my mother is, what she stood for, and some of the things that she empowered her boys and hopefully our grandkids to take up on that. But she empowered us to really just be a servant at first. First and foremost, just be a servant. Be confident in what you do, and at the end of the day, give it your best. And if you're gonna ask her a question and you don't want to hear the truth, don't ask her. From my oldest brother to my youngest brother to me to my middle brother, if you ask any one of us a question and you don't want the truth, don't ask us. So that boldness and that confidence and just understanding your self-worth and your self-value actually puts out to the work field. So once again, thank you guys for coming here. I'm going to let my next brother speak. Kevin?
This is amazing. This is amazing. So, first of all, I want to start off with a story. I remember I was 17, and my mother told us she was moving to Chattahoochee. My first question was, where is that? And as bad as we wanted my mom to stay, she had to go. Multiple things happened at that point. We turned from teenagers or boys to men, and my mother continued to grow and be a blessing to so many people. Every time we spoke to her, she mentioned so many names. That's why, who are you? Oh, she mentioned you. You Kevin, right? Yeah, look at your face. You look just like him. So we got a chance to really feel comfortable that our mother was in not only a great place, but she had a family. It didn't matter if she had to go to the Kingdom Hall. It didn't matter if she had to go to work. It didn't matter where she went. She knew somebody. And when we came in town, meet my boys. This is Kevin. This is my son Antoine. This is Alan. This is Darren. And I remember when we came here years ago, I felt so relieved driving back home. And the fact that now I lost count of how many years my mother been working. I know she's been working at the States for that long, but prior to that, she's been working for many years, just like all of us. But I want you to know that I want to tell you a story. So one of the things that really stuck out to me about my mom is her giving. By a show of hands, who knows my mother for giving? My mom gave so much, she gave stuff she wasn't supposed to give away. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Okay. She got you too. And I will never forget, we was at Church's Chicken. I don't think y'all have a Church's Chicken here, but it was at a Church's Chicken, and there was a homeless guy. And the guy asked my mom for food. My mother said, I'm gonna give you some food. But she told us that she's gonna go get him some shoes. She gave him the food, but do you know, my mother left, went to Payless. Now, I want you to process this. She went all the way to Payless, came back, and gave him the shoes. That changed my whole life, because I really understood not only her favorite phrase is, you can never have too little to give.
Never have too little.
Oh, I'm not the only one.
Yes.
And she also taught us integrity. If you say you're going to do something, do it. And many, many years later, that still stands for myself, my eldest brother Alan, Akil, myself, and my youngest brother Darren. And I'm sure all of you. And that story, that image of her doing that so many years ago changed all of us. And we continue to give. And now we get a chance to celebrate her retirement. Now I want to give a disclaimer. I do not think my mom is retired. I promise you. If I see her at one more one more hospital. Last night we was at her house, and you know how you have the state hospital numbers. She had it on her fridge. The updated numbers. I said, Mommy, you don't need this no more. She said, you're right. And we are so grateful because the love is here. It's so many things that I want to say, but Mommy, I just want to tell you in front of everybody, and on behalf of my brothers and myself, we love you. We adore you. We honor you. And we want to give you your flowers while you're alive and kicking. And you are beautiful. Mommy, when I saw you, I was like, oh, okay. I don't know who tried to shoot their shot. It's the best day. It's the best day to do it. So I just thank you. Thank you for being you. Thank you for bringing all of us together. And you're going to continue to light everybody up. And the reason why people make sacrifices to come here, time, money, energy, effort, because we see you do that all the time. And we'll continue to do that. And I don't want to get emotional, but I know for a fact that you have a very powerful purpose. And I really believe that you had to come to Tallahassee. As bad as we wanted you to stay, we needed to grow up and you needed to be here. Because just as bad as I felt you needed to be here to help other people, they needed to help you. Even though you always say, I'm good. We love you. We appreciate you, Mother, so very much. We're going to continue to honor you. We're going to continue to listen, even if we know we're right. We're going to listen to you. Anyway. So right now I'm going to pass the floor over to my eldest brother, the DJ, the extraordinaire, the All-American, the cook, the chef, Mr. Allen.
Hey, everybody. Thank y'all for supporting my mom for the past, 25 years now? You been here? A little longer than that? 25 years here. Yeah, no, I'm saying 25 years in Chattahoochee. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, before you came up here, they didn't know you. But they know you now. know her now, right? Okay then. Well, me, all four of my brothers, only three of us are here today. We developed our work ethic from our mother, which means that we work through winter, snow, hail, whatever it is, we at work. So that's just the way we were brought up. That's what she installed in all of us. She also installed this problem that we don't know how to say no. And I'm kind of mad about that because every time somebody asks me for something, there you go. Now, I'm looking crazy because I don't got it no more. I learned that from my mother, and I want to thank her for that curse. But we love her for giving it to us anyway. All right? For those that don't know, you can call my mother at 2, 3, 6 o'clock in the morning. She'll be dead asleep. But you ask her, you tell her something important, she got your back. No matter what it is, she got your back. All right? I got, only three of the nieces and nephews are here right now.
Oh, he's here.
Wait.
Tonio's here.
Oh,
See, I ain't seen him. We gotta be there. So we love, Mom, we love you. We hope that you actually retiring right now. Because I don't know, I think I saw you online looking for a job. So we just hope that you're actually retiring. Alright? Y'all keep it in your mind that she's retired. Don't let her tell you that she gotta be working 9 to 5. She's retired. Tell her enjoy herself. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy yourself. Go out there, have a vacation. Come down to Miami for a day or two. Or Kissimmee.
Orlando.
Oh, Orlando.
I rode in the car.
Huh?
I rode in the car.
Merry Christmas.
What you got?
Happy New Year. Love you, buddy. All right, y'all. Who else? Claudia? Oh, Tyrone. Who's our additional brother? Cousin, brother.
How y'all doing today?
Great.
I want to thank y'all a lot for supporting my auntie. There once was a great poet. His name is J. Cole. He said, "Love yours. There's no such thing as a life that's better than yours." My auntie put us through a lot of things that we have to love her for because she gave us the work ethic to go after your dreams and to stay with what you want to do and tell the truth. Don't lie to me, just tell me the truth. I just really want to thank her for helping my mother out because my mother needed a job. She said, if I can get you a job, you'll stay? Okay, got a job, she stayed, we've been here ever since. And my mom is going to be able to retire just like my mom, and I'll always be indebted to her for that because she could give my mom something that she has right now, and I love her for that. Thank you, Auntie Carol.
Okay, I am her big sister, so I want her to know that I am her big sister. However, my little sister, she is a gem. From she was a little kid, I can say I was telling somebody that we have never had a disagreement. We had a disagreement once, and it was when I was pregnant with my first child. She was so jealous because she was my little pet. And, you know, watching her growing up, what I used to love about her, she has this tiny little voice. And, you know, she used to speak so, if I should say, sweetly. And what I used to do as a little kid myself, not to, I mean, bigger than, of course I was older than she was, I used to love to hear her cry. Because she, for me, just to hug her when she was crying. And sort of emotional right now because I no longer see her as my little sister. She is my friend, my confidant, someone that I know that whenever I am going through, I could easily say, Carol, and she has a word of wisdom all the time. I have said to her on so many occasions, girl, how come you get so smart? You know? But then I say that it is a gift from God. And Carol has a heart that the boys spoke about, and it's true. She cannot say no, that's one thing. And the next thing is, if she says no in jest, you'll see her coming with whatever it is that you ask her for. And one thing about Carol, she loves the Lord. And that is a wonderful thing as far as I'm concerned. Everything that she does, she will say, you know, I'm going to take it to God first. And that is very commendable. And I know all the thanks have been said about you all, her co-workers and friends and so on. And I just want to endorse it without even saying thanks. Thank you all, because when I heard that she was living so far from the rest of us, as a matter of fact, I was living in the Caribbean at the time when she came to Cambodia. And when I came to live in the United States, I said, why are we so far? And she said, you know, I've got friends, I've got family up here, and you know, everybody. She said, there's no day that I cannot call on somebody at some point or the other, and I have developed such a relationship up here. I said, okay, well, we just have to find each other, because you love to be with your co-workers, and you have friends, and so I mean, we're all at the same place, so we have to see each other when necessary. And when she told me about this, I was all agog about it. I said, oh girl, I'm going to be there. But my husband had a little accident, and he broke a foot. And his ankle really, and then she's so sweet. Instead of saying, come girl, help me, let it, she said, it's okay if you can't come. I said, girl, let me tell you something. You have to fly, walk, right? Anyway, I have to get here because, you see, Carol has achieved so much. And she is the type of person who does not wait for things to happen. She makes things happen. And that is something I just love about her. Her perseverance. I have seen when I used to come to the United States to visit, and she would go, like her son said, 2 jobs, all because of her kids. And she would come home and she would cook the greatest meal, and I would say to her, girl, aren't you tired? But because of her perseverance and what she wants to achieve in life, because of her kids, you know, she pushed on. And I just want to congratulate her for all that she has achieved. And so much she has achieved that I'm sure a lot of people here don't even know. She has achieved so much. And I wouldn't say, because I don't know how much she has said, but while she's working night and day, she is doing other things. And she has achieved so much. I love this little girl so much. You know, I love her, and I said, sis, you know, sometimes you're the one that is advising me instead of me advising you. Because of, you know, the type of work she does, and the thing about her, she listens. She does not give you an opinion without listening. She listens. Sometimes we're on the phone talking, and I say, hey, Car, are you there? She said, yes, I'm here. And that is very admirable. When somebody can listen before they make any suggestions or give their opinion, that is something very admirable. And I know that she has been a blessing to me, and I'm sure she has been a blessing to other people. And I just pray that God will continue to give her the energy. Last night I said to her, I said, you're not really retired. She said, no, child, I gotta start doing something, you know, for other people. And she told me what she had to do. And it wasn't to make money. It was to be a blessing to other people. That was what she told me. She was even thinking about another job, her job. I am sure it's going to end up to be a payless job. And she has the energy to go on. I don't know where she gets it from. Sometimes we're on the phone talking, and before I know it, Carol is sleeping. Carol! I said, okay, you go to sleep. All right, have a good night. Sis, I love you. I love you to pieces. And may God continue to bless you. And of course, bless your offspring, because this is the third and fourth generation, and the next one after you too. And one other thing is my mom. When I remember my mother, I see my mom when I look at Carol. She looks just like my mom. And the thing about it, Mom had a lot to say about her. She said, Joy, Carol, sometimes I don't know how she gets to know so many things. And anything she wants, she gets it because she goes after it. And that, as the boy said, perseverance. So, Carl, love you, sweetie. And
I'll tell you anyway, my name is Claudia. Carol and I have been best friends for like 44 years now. Our 4 children are babies, so our kids are men and women. We've been through a lot together. Good times, bad times, cry, laugh, birthdays, everything. We've been through graduations, everything together. She's too kind. I just call her sometimes. She come to my house and she'll say, oh, Claudia, this is so pretty. I like it. The stuff animal is so pretty. Can I have it? I said, sure, Carol, you have it. Go to her house. I said, where is the stuff animal? Where put it? She said, oh, so-and-so that was impressed. Let's come again. Oh, that's ornament. So, that's a pretty face. I said, no, Carol. Where's the face? Oh, Miss so-and-so was very sad, and she was on a bad side, and gave it to her. And I just give up, you know, trying to get you what I give to her. Just be too kind. She's a hard-working person all of her life. Her always has 2 jobs, 3 jobs, and still come to the church on Sundays. And her boys are dressed up going to church every Sunday morning. And took a full meal Sunday too. Cook Sunday, all day Sunday. Big meal Sunday afternoon. Church, meal, the boys. First I go to the boys' school for activities. I don't know how to do it. I watch her and I feel so tired of watching her. She makes me tired. But she's been a good friend. Joy said she listens to me sometimes. She be very hard sometimes. How don't do so and so. But yes, I'll do it. And we argue. The next thing she called me, Snyder, you were right. I did what you said to do. I said, okay. But I love her. We're like sisters. Her kids are like my nephews and her grandchildren are my grandchildren. My kids are her nephews, godson, whatever. But we've been together for 44 years. And hopefully we'll be for another 44 years. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. What can I say? She still calls me her baby sister. Okay? I am the tallest one in the family, and don't forget it. I'm no longer the baby. I may be last born, but, well, sis, you know I love you. We have moments when we don't like each other very much. But I always love my sister. Always. I will walk on nails for that girl, but don't tell her. She knows I will do just about anything for her. I've seen my sister gone through a lot of stuff, and she just come out with a smile. She's determined to make a difference in other people's lives. You know, she works hard. Y'all don't know this, but she plays hard too. She likes to have fun. She wants everybody, when you're in her presence, she wants you to be happy. and she does not want you to go hungry, so please people eat. Okay? She will cook a meal and you will not touch her food because she wants to cook everything. Okay? Now she has a big heart, and she's always thoughtful, very considerate, but she also has tunnel vision. She's very determined. She gets her eyes on the prize, and she knows she wants to achieve a certain goal, and she's going to go for it. And the thing is that she's not going to go for it by herself. She's dragging everybody with her. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. And you all going to go for it. If I get something, when she gets something, she always want to share. You always know when she gets a prize because you're going to get your share. Sometimes you wonder, okay, did you keep any for yourself? Because she's just sharing and sharing and sharing. And you know what? When my sister started having grandchildren, I told her she better not let them call me auntie. I'm auntie grandma. Okay. Everything she has, I like, so I like to share. And I felt a little jealous being out of the grandma situation because you know you could spoil them and send them back, and you don't have to worry about the discipline part. So I wanted to feel that grandma vibe, and every last one of them, aren't I auntie grandma? So I just like to say I appreciate my sister just as much as everybody in this room. And I know you all love her because she really worked hard. And she cares about every last one of you. I may not know your faces, but I hear all your names. And she's always excited about what this person just achieved. And she feels sad because this person had a loss, and this person was in the hospital, and she's always coming with a chicken soup. Oh, yes. She was always coming with a chicken soup. That's one of those things. I think it's important. We all do the chicken soup. We got it from our mama. Chicken soup, orange juice, and some crackers. All you have to do is. I won't waste too much time. I just wanted to let you know that this is Naomi Stephanie Blake, Carol Blake baby sister. Thank you.
My name is Linda, and I've been knowing Carol for about 23 years. When she first started studying the Bible, I was the one to introduce her to the truth, but she was studying with 3 other different people, and Carol was one of those people that she had to have all the facts, and you couldn't just say something to her. You had to prove it to her. You couldn't just say something to her, but you had to prove it to her. And so we did this, we went through that, we went through different other things. Then she started studying with another sister from Chattahoochee, and she finished the journey and helping her to get dedicated and baptized. Carol was one of those people that when you studied with her and she didn't have food ready, she wouldn't have that study. She would not have that study. She would cook a full course meal, and I tell her all the time, you don't have to cook a meal, but I enjoy the meal. And if I call her 3 o'clock in the morning, I don't care what it was, if I needed some money or whatever I needed. We did it, and we would never pay each other back. She said, I got it back. And she'll call me, you take what you need. I got her back, she got my back. But whatever it was, she would never say no. And when she said no, she was going to go and find a way to do it anyway. She was going to go and find a way. So she has really been a good friend, and she's been a friend to my family and the family of Jehovah's people. She really has been a true friend. I love you, Carol, so much.
Carla Haywood, and I've been knowing Carol for since the 2000s. And what my feet are killing me. That's why I didn't want to stand up. But what I admire most about Carol, she is one of the best supervisors I ever seen. And I worked at Florida State Hospital for 38 years. When I would see Carol, she wasn't one of these supervisors that passed all her work on to these young girls. I can't do the computer, I can't do this. Carol did all of her work. And another thing I admire about Carol too, she fed the multitude, her staff. She didn't have them spending a dime toward those meals. She would feed them, and later on, when I started working in her department, she would say, Carla, did you bring?
When I say go-getter, you simply say, you a go-getter yourself. You work just as hard as anybody else. But Carol, school, nobody's even talking about the schooling that she does on top of working, cooking, and everything else. She's forever has her head, her nose, her eyes in a book for her education. I love you. This has been an honor. And girl, I put on a heel to come visit you with broke.
It's all wrapped up in Carol. She's a very good warrior friend. Sometimes I thought I would be very hard on Carol sometimes, because we talk very frank. And what happened, when I tell Carol something, she listens. And that is a good thing. And then she prays about it, and then she moves in that direction. And then I can see the application of what we've talked about. And I really love her a whole lot. And I've been knowing Carol over 30 years. And that's a long time to know someone. And I remember I came down with COVID here, my husband and I, in February. And I declare she brought so much fruit. I thought, my fruit here is a nose. Really well with all vitamins she pulled. And then also, she brought lamb. I had to return the lamb. But she is a very giving and thoughtful individual, and her work is not over because she shared the fact to me that she wants to be a pioneer. She's going to be a full-time minister, so her work is cut out for her. She's going to share all her love with others. Carol?
I don't know how long me and you became friends, but it was a short time that we became the best of friends. I remember we talked a lot, and I said, who's that sister? I don't know her that much. But I don't meet strangers, and me and her just clicked instantly. And I'm not going to take up a long time. I know one time we left the meeting, Carol said, Jones, where you going? I said, I'm going home. Come on, let's go to Sonny's. Me and Carol went to Sonny's, and we ate, and we talked, and we talked, and we talked. She said, let's go to Sam. I said, Carol, these shoes beat my feet up. We'd always Sam. She said, well, I'm going to keep the car running. I said, okay, don't be in there alone. Carol came back with me a pair of bedroom shoes and a big old thing of mixed nuts. That's the kind of person she is. I love her dearly. I'm so glad that she is retiring. I need me a good partner. And we talked all the lots of things we're doing. We're looking forward, me and her going to Alaska. Got that on our list. So me and her going to do some good things together. I love you and welcome to the fold of all the retirees and enjoying the life that we work so hard. And may you have health. I love you dearly. And let's just do this thing.
My name is Annie Jackson, and I live in Grant. And I met Carol Blake working at the Florida State Hospital on the day shift. She was just so kind, sweet, and loving, and not concerned about her well-being. She always put others first, and I love you for that. One thing that I can say, she taught me how to give. After all, I was the giver, and I was the giver indeed. And I can quote what you say. You never have too little to give. And I can recall on several occasions, she would often bring me things. When my son was sick, she came to visit him, and she brought him some soup. And she always had a kind word. I love you, Carol. Never stop giving. God bless you. And I love you. And I love her whole family.
Love you.